Greetings, everyone. My name is Paul Hansen, and I'm a certified health coach with Take Shape for Life. Today, I'd like to just take a few minutes of your time and talk to you about how to create a healthier you. And to begin with, I'd like to just relate a quick story. And this is a story that I heard some time ago from one of my old-time mentors by the name of Jim Rohn, but I think it relates. And it's a story of a evangelical preacher back in the horse and buggy days. And he had set up his tent outside of the Texas town, and come time for the meeting that evening, he walks into the tent and no one's there. He couldn't figure out what's going on. And a while later, a cowboy rides up, walks into the tent. Preacher goes down to greet him and says, I don't know what to tell you. I was expecting a tent full of people, but you're the only one who showed up. The cowboy says, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a preacher. I'm only a cowboy. But, if I went out to feed my herd and only one showed up, I'd at least feed it. Well, the preacher thought that was pretty good advice. And he thought that, if someone does bother to show up, at least, we need to deliver a message. So he got up on his platform and started his sermon. Half an hour goes by, an hour goes by, an hour and a half goes by. And he finally finishes and he steps down to the cowboy and says, what do you think? The cowboy says, well, don't know what to tell you. I'm not a preacher. I'm only a cowboy. But if I went out to feed my herd and only one showed up, I wouldn't dump the whole load on it. So the point of the story is, I'm not here to dump the whole load on you today, but I'm here to give you some food for thought. And that's my whole intention. So with that, I want to get back to talk to you about how to discover, how to create a healthier you. I'd like to begin by telling you about myself and our company, Take Shape for Life. I'll get into more about the company a little bit later, but I'd want to share a little bit about what Take Shape for Life has done for me. The picture on the left is yours truly, and my wife, Christine, is on the right. Each of our pictures on the left were taken approximately 5 years ago. My picture on the right was taken 6 weeks later. 21 pounds gone, off 3 medications: statins, Prilosec, and sleeping pills. Chris lost 45 pounds and alleviated joint pain and completely changed how she looked and felt. Now, I realize a lot of people and companies can show you before and after pictures, and one might be led to believe that we're just another weight loss company. But I'm here to tell you that's really not the case, and I think I'll be able to demonstrate this to you later on as we go along. But most people and most companies are not going to show you the after pictures, because if the truth be told, most of the time, the weight finds its way back and then some, usually in 2 years or less. And now, here's the rest of our story. We've maintained our weight and health for over 5 years. So we can say this because we're not just about weight loss. We provide a total solution for long-term optimal health. The question is, if you could have optimal health in your life, would you want it? See, overweight and obesity is a growing epidemic in America. According to the CDC, and you can find this online at the cdc.gov, 2/3 of adult Americans are overweight or obese. Now, based on current trends, by the year 2030, over 90% of us will be overweight or obese if we don't do something now. Being overweight is becoming the #1 most preventable cause of disease. Over 85% of today's most life-threatening diseases are directly attributable to being overweight or obese. So let's look at how obesity impacts our lives. Now, the progression of these slides shows the growing epidemic trends of obese and overweight population in America from 1988 to 2010. Now keep in mind, this has occurred within a 22-year period. Now this should be a wake-up call for every American. You can see on the slide from 2010, the states colored in yellow represent 20 to 24% obese population. Orange, 25 to 29% obese. In red, over 30% of the state's population is obese. So, as you see, we have a real crisis in America today. Now, back in 2000, the New Yorker made light of the growing epidemic, citing the shape of things to come. Not really a laughing matter. And since the advent of much of our modern life, especially technology, computers, computer gaming, we've created a generational failure with respect to our health. Now our children are inheriting the lifestyle changes that have affected a majority of Americans. Don't step on it. It'll make you cry. Well, how did we get here? What we've done is create habits of disease. Now, to be sure, our modern conveniences have aided in this trend, but we have also seen the trend of many other things like fast food, increased media exposure, increased workplace stress, convenience food everywhere we turn, and what we see here in this chart, which really embodies a typical American diet. As you see on the red line, insulin response to blood glucose on the blue line, and then our baseline insulin and baseline glucose. So every time we put sugars or a lot of fuel into our system, you'll see what happens to our blood glucose. As that goes up, the pancreas is called on to produce insulin, to convert that to energy or store it as fat. Well, guess what? We're consuming more energy than we expend on a daily basis. So guess what happens? Yes, it's stored as fat. Not to mention the taxing that we are creating on our pancreas. So let's contrast that previous slide with what we call the optimal eating schedule. Notice where the insulin response line occurs. By decreasing the insulin response, we're not calling on the pancreas to create an abundance of insulin. And in this model, the body utilizes the fuels given and finds it unnecessary to store fat. So you'll also find that our baseline glucose does not dip below its baseline, which we saw in the previous slide. When the body's glucose level dips below its baseline, creates a hunger response and a craving for more carbohydrates, thus a vicious cycle. One of the reasons why we're addicted to sugar in our society. With our program through Take Shape for Life, we empower people to bring their eating habits in line with what I've just explained. So let's talk a little bit about our program and Take Shape for Life. Now, first of all, who is Take Shape for Life? Well, we are a physician-led organization of health coaches and healthcare professionals led by Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. He's a leader in nutritional intervention and lifestyle management. We're a national organization of independent health coaches. We're focused on helping people create health in their lives rather than react to disease by teaching the habits of health. Now we're celebrating now for 14 years with over 17,000 independent health coaches on a mission to get America healthy. Now Medifast is our parent company. Medifast has been around since 1980, so we're actually going on 35 years. We've been recommended by over 20,000 doctors since 1980. What Medifast does is they manufacture proven, safe, and effective clinical portion control meal replacements. And these have been studied and clinically tested by Johns Hopkins, National Institute of Health. Johns Hopkins to this day uses it in their weight management and weight loss clinics. And we were named the stock of the decade 1999 to 2009 on the Russell 3000 list of small cap stocks. And we were also named one of the top 200 small companies in 2010 by Forbes magazine. So what makes Take Shape for Life so different is that what we offer are free professional coaching services to all of our clients. So what our health coaches provide, we provide guidance to our clients to help them reach a healthy weight. We teach them the habits of health to support long-term health, and we coach clients towards achieving optimal health. What we offer clients is a comprehensive optimal health system. Take Shape for Life is not a diet, as I've said before. It's a comprehensive optimal health system with three components. Number one, MetaFast medically formulated portion control meal replacements that help clients lose weight safely and rapidly. Number two, the Habits of Health system, which provides the tools necessary to lose weight and move towards optimal health. And then third, a free health coach who acts as a guide to support clients and hold them accountable to their goal. Now, it doesn't stop there. During phase one, you'll be eating 5 MetaFast meal replacements and 1 lean and green meal each day. Now, we refer to this as the 5-in-1 plan. By getting you to eat 6 times a day, you're going to be eating every 2 to 3 hours. These meals, the MetaFast meals, are clinically proven, as I've said before. They contain 24 vitamins and minerals. You're getting 100% of your daily basic nutritional needs. No need to supplement. They are low in fat, low glycemic, and adequate protein to protect muscle. And on the program, you're going to lose up to 2 to 5 pounds each week for the first 2 weeks while you're on the program. Okay. Now, the bottom line of intentional weight loss means significant improvement in just about every system within the body. As you'll see from this slide, it's entitled The Impact on Pathophysiology of Intentional Weight Reduction. This is put out by the Cleveland Clinic Foundation. And if you just look at the right-hand side of this, look at what gets corrected or resolved within by intentional weight loss. Depression, 55% resolved. Obstructive sleep apnea, 74 to 98%. You know anybody on a CPAP machine? May want to mention this to them. Asthma, 82% improved or resolved. Cardiovascular disease, 82% risk reduction. Hypertension, 52 to 92%. GERD, 72 to 98%. On and on and on. Now, at the bottom of the slide, you'll see quality of life improved 95% of the patients, and mortality, 89% reduction in 5-year mortality. So, our meal replacements, the MetaFast meals, we offer over 70 portion control meals to choose from, including shakes and soups and stews, chili, oatmeal, scrambled eggs, fruit drinks, iced teas, hot beverages, bars, puddings, pretzel sticks, and the list goes on and on. Now, they're all nutritious. They're all low calorie. They satisfy your hunger. They have high quality protein. They're portable. It's convenient. I'll tell you what, it's so convenient. First of all, it had to be easy for me. Otherwise, I wasn't going to do it. Okay. And it created a new lifestyle for me. Be it just what I learned and the habits that I learned from being on this program was just incredible. Easy to prepare, cost neutral. We're basically becoming your grocer for the time you need to get to your optimal weight, and then you're transitioned into a maintenance so that we get you back into eating regular food. Now, the lean and green, on the 5-in-1, you'll eat 1 lean and green meal of regular food every day. Now, the lean and green meal can be eaten anytime throughout the day, but most common it's dinner time. The meal consists of 5 to 7 ounces of lean meat or other protein source, plus 3 servings of non-starchy vegetables, raw, steamed, grilled, broiled, not fried, okay? Now, You can learn to plan and prepare healthy meals, and this is what we work with you on. And then we also have vegetarian options as well. Now, of course, with all this said, right, there's going to be those who decide that they can do it without a structured eating plan. And we know this may not be for everyone, like this guy. As he says, what the? I've doubled the amount of McDonald's new healthy fries and I'm still gaining weight. And then, of course, there's frustrations with dieting. I've been on a weight loss program for 6 weeks. No kidding. How much have you lost? $500. And where most of us end up, denial or inevitable acceptance. Of course, there's another alternative. That's to do nothing. But I'm here to tell you there's a better choice. So I want you to imagine a healthier you. Imagine improving your overall health and confidence and what that'll do to your quality of life, how it will enhance it. And by doing that, what can you share with others? Things that you've been missing out on now? Think of what difference it will make in your life. Can you see the benefits? If you can, we'd like to talk to you. Does this look like a good fit for you? And we need to find out if it is, because you need to find out if this program will work for you. You need to find out if you're going to be a good candidate for this program. So talk with the coach who referred you to listen to this, and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. And of course, you'll probably have a lot more questions, but I certainly thank you for taking the time to investigate, and we'll see you down the road with your new optimal health and a new and better you. And thanks for listening.